Kids are asleep. Let's get a quick workout in, but first, gotta clean. All right, so we're gonna start off with some squats. Now, normally with squats, you should be going to full depth, so getting the crease of your hips down below your knees. However, being 9 weeks postpartum now, I am just not quite there and worried about getting out of that pit. So I'm just going to inline with the knees. Next up, we have hand release push-ups, and I apologize for my filming here, but at the bottom of the push-up, I'm actually letting my chest rest on the floor and I'm lifting my hands up off of the ground. What this does is it helps to ensure that I'm getting a full range of motion and not cheating the push-up in any way. And this is when I realized that I forgot to start my watch, and I wanted to make sure that I had this particular workout recorded because I am competing with a friend right now. So I just wanted to make sure that all of my exercise minutes are in fact recorded. This movement here is called butterfly sit-ups. So bottoms of the feet go together and you scooch them in towards your pelvis. From there, you go down, hands come behind the head, just touch the floor, and then come up and touch the floor in front of you. This helps to make sure that you're not using your legs for the sit-up, and it forces you to rely on the abdominals rather than on the hip flexors, for instance. I'm doing 10 reps of every exercise, and the next one here is squat jumps. I realized afterwards that this was far too heavy of it was far too quad heavy of a workout. So if I were to do this particular series again, I would actually take the squat jumps out and switch them up for pogos. The next movement, again, I apologize for the filming. I'm doing back extensions here. So I have one hand on top of the other, and then my forehead is on my hands, and I'm trying to lift my upper body up off of the ground as high as I can. I've noticed that with nursing and constantly having my arms in front of me with my daughter, I'm losing a lot of strength through my posterior chain. Up next are alternating lunges. It's a total of 20 or 10 per leg, however you want to look at it. I do like to do them alternating because that really tends to help with balance and general proprioception. So they were challenging. Again, another quad movement. So like I said, I would take out those squat jumps and swap them up for pogos. And I will do a quick little video of what pogos look like at the end of this video series. I'll also write out all of the exercises that I did. So if you want to just pause on that, then you can give them a go. So it's a very quick workout, easy to get done during nap time. And I went through 2 rounds of it. If your body feels good after 2 rounds, then go ahead and do a 3rd round. So this is my 2nd round now. I thought I would just speed it up in order to get through it. Dog needed to come in, let the dog in. Back to hand release push-ups. And next up is those butterfly sit-ups. I did switch up the order of the movements for this second set. But like I said, I would change up the exercises anyhow. If you are enjoying working out with me, please do go ahead and comment down below. Let me know if this is something that you would like to see more of, or if it's something you're not interested in at all, that is fine too. Just let me know so that I kind of have an idea of what direction to take my future videos. And that is it. Moving into the stretching portion, I really believe that stretching is absolutely essential. As I said earlier, with nursing right now and constantly holding my daughter in front of me, I'm finding I'm getting really tight through my chest, my upper back. The muscles are getting a little bit too stretched out. And so it's important to make sure that you stretch to keep everything in alignment. So we're just kind of going top down here. So first of all, we were stretching out the triceps. You just put your pinky finger on your spine for that, grab your other elbow and pull down. Then we were stretching out the deltoids with the arm across the body. I like to extend my fingers to make sure that I'm getting a full stretch. And then down on the ground now, we're doing the hurdler stretch, stretching out those hamstrings. I generally hold each stretch for about 10 seconds, I count to 10, or until I feel that the muscle has released a little bit. Quads, I really needed to stretch these out, feeling a whole lot better after a stretch, but I was still really tight. When I went downstairs to check in with my wife afterwards, the stairs were painful, really painful. So 10 seconds per stretch. Probably could have done a little bit more on the quadriceps. And the next one, we're going to hit the IT band. So this is called thread the needle. One leg goes up, the other leg crosses over at 90 degrees, and then you reach through the hole that you've created, grab onto the straight leg, and pull in towards you. I find that I feel this one immediately. Another great stretch, if you need to stretch out your IT bands, would be the pigeon pose from yoga. Stretching out the groin now, bottoms of the feet together, scooch your pelvis towards your feet or your feet in towards your pelvis and push those knees down towards the ground. One more hamstring stretch for the posterior chain, reaching towards those toes, folding forward as far as you are able to do. I like to finish off with hitting my hip flexors, so I bridge my hips forward, looking up at the ceiling, getting a nice stretch through the hip flexors, get them loosened up a little bit, helps with the pain in the quads as well, and then finishing up with a nice deep squat. And there we have it. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, I will post a list of the exercises and show you those pogos. For pogos, take that knee up to hip height, extend that leg behind you, and then drive the knee up in front of you once more. The deeper you get with the supporting leg, the more you'll feel it through the glutes as well as the hamstrings a little bit. Be cautious not to use your quads. Here's a summary of the movements that we did today. You're doing 10 repetitions of each movement 2 times through.